Thank you, Father Whitlock, Father Becker, Reverend Fathers, any honored guests, and my dear brothers. My priest hero, his name is Father Andrew Andro from the Diocese of Fargo. He went to Cardinal Minch Seminary back when it was open, and it was spiritually directed by Monsignor Esif. And so, growing up, I always knew this man ever since he came to my grandmother's parish when I was about 12 years old, and he just got recently moved about 6 months ago. But I want to affirm him for 4 different things: his joy, his passion, his dedication, and his humility. First, his joy. As I would go to Mass every Sunday, and every time I was up for visiting family, family events, Christmas, Easter, and I would see him, and he would spend at least an hour and a half talking to his flock after Mass, and it always puzzled me, like, how can this guy be so happy and all this, and it wasn't until I actually went into seminary that I realized that he was very joyful from a divine spirit. And so this fire from within him became his love for the people. It was always super joyful. And also I want to affirm him for his passion. Serving Mass with him these past 3 years, as well as talking with him back in the sacristy, his passion for the Mass and his passion for the sacraments, I really got to see that face to face, really close up. And that's when I realized that it wasn't just, Christ saying the words of consecration, but himself, Father Andrew Andro, saying the words of consecration. And that's when it finally hit me, not only does Jesus give his body for the church, but the priest gives his body for the church as well. And that hit me really home, and was a very big realization to see how he could portray this in a way that, he wasn't telling me or, giving me theological reasons or whatever, but a very practical example of what a priest is. And so, as I would serve Mass, he would say the words of consecration and lean over the host, and his joy was there, and also his humility in that. And an example of his humility is when it was Christmas Day Mass, and I was serving, and he was doing the sacristan stuff, because it's a really small parish of 40 people, and not 40 people, 40 families anyway. And 40 people, that's funny. 40 families or so, and he forgot the lavabo towel in the lavabo basin. And I brought the water and the wine to him, and I went back to the credence table, and I looked, and I was like, there's no lavabo towel. What am I to do? And so I put down the cruids, and I went back in the sacristy, and I was just freaking out. I was like, what is the lavabo? I don't know this sacristy at all. I'm freaking out. Because he's going to need to wash it. I'm going to need to help him wash his hands really quickly. And so eventually I found it. Mystery solved. It was in the cupboard. And I brought it out, and it was super funny. I brought it out and had the towel on my arm and the crude in my hand and the lavabo basin in my left hand, and I pour the water over his hands, and he dries his hands, and he takes me really close, and he's like, thank you. Super simple, But what was so important in that is that the correction that I brought about, he was extremely thankful for that. That's a humble man. A humble man that can thank his brother for correcting him. Because how else was he supposed to know? He was doing the Mass, Anyway, that's something to think about. As well as, and through all those gifts that he has, his dedication for the people. Like I said, he would spend an hour, hour and a half after Mass talking to his people, getting to know his people. Small parish of 40 families, but still dedicated to each person, to getting to know them, to encounter them as a human person, and to love them. That's why he's my priest hero. Because he's a priest after Christ's heart, and he's a priest that knows who he is, and he's a priest that loves the people and wants to share that. Praise be Jesus Christ. Amen.